Hello my gorgeous people, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and these are your special messages, what you need to pay attention to in May and June 2021. So these special messages are going to be pretty much so very relevant indeed when it comes to paying attention to what we should focus on throughout the months of May and throughout the months of June 2021. And of course all these signs are going to have their own individual timestamps as well, so if you just scroll through, you're very easily going to find your own sign. Okay, so now I'm going to start with my gorgeous and with my ever so precious, with my beautiful Aries, my beautiful Erinis. I want to say that this is going to be the moment in time, you know, not the moment in time as I'm talking about the May and June 2021, of course, but this is going to cause and create many moments, you know, throughout these 2 months indeed, when it comes to you having the ability to actually pursue something very important in your life. But this is in particular like very important, pretty much so to do with your dreams, pretty much so to do with your happiness, pretty much so to do with your emotions. Just remember, my gorgeous Aries, my beautiful Erini, that now May and June will be very important when it comes to you pursuing, you know, your dreams. You will have the ability to go after something what you wanted for a really long time, and you need to understand that, because sometimes it's not as obvious that this, you know, energy is going to be just as enhanced, but it's just something that you have to kind of like do by following your own vibration, by basically just starting, you know, something that you want to do, something that you always wanted to do, and then you just go forward with this particular thing, you know. And it's also, so it's a lot to do with like when it comes to like the things that you wanted to do for a long time. So remember not to block yourself, not to prevent yourself from moving on. So it's very important at the same time to have a very optimistic mind. So try to see, you know, what do you feel very much so connected to, and which elements and which parts of your life you would like to change. But in particular when it comes to the dreams, in particular when it comes to the plans, something that you have been waiting for or you are waiting for, but you are going to have the ability to do this, but you just need to understand that sometimes this is not just as obvious, because at the same time, you know, it is pretty much so to do with the actual control over a situation, with the strength and courage that you are going to have, that is going to surprise you. And this is all going to be connected to this particular energy that I'm talking about, and it's most certainly going to lead towards making your determination even more brighter, making your determination even more powerful. So this is the time when you just listen to yourself and you connect to yourself, you know, connect to your feelings and emotions within, and just let it flow by just basically making a step, you know, just one step towards the situation and things that you actually want to do. Okay, this is very important, my gorgeous Erinis indeed. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Taurini, my gorgeous Taurus. I love you so much. You know, it is just like a really important to mention again that this is in between May and June 2021. What to kind of focus on, what is going to be really important, and which aspect of your life you should be paying attention to in such a way, what is actually going to take over, but something positive, something good, something significant, something that is going to help you grow, because you're going to grow quite a lot, my gorgeous Taurinis, throughout May and June. And I want to say that you are going to come across a very unusual situation, quite bizarre situation, where you're going to feel like your energy is really drained, but you're going to be halfway towards like the certain point in your life, but you will be facing this situation beforehand. And you need to understand, this is very important, that, you know, you're going to think that it's not, you're not able to go forward, you're not able to do something. It is to do with this big and important step towards the unknown, but it's most importantly also to do with the new beginning, also to do with an unfoldment. But a little tricky trick, it's going to happen in such a way where you're going to be like maybe a little bit confused confused, like in such a way where somebody's maybe going to be draining your energy quite a lot, and this is going to affect you, and it's going to affect your performance, and it's going to affect your way of thinking. So it's going to ultimately affect your courage. So just remember, my gorgeous Taurini, before you are meant to do something really important, really significant to you, and number 7 is strongly going to be attached to it, with whether this is going to be on that particular day, whether this is going to last 7 days, whether this is going to last an additional like 7 weeks, you know, it really depends. But number 7 is going to be very important, and at the same time throughout May and June, number 7 is going to be your lucky number, my gorgeous Taurini, indeed. But I need you to understand that you will be facing an important situation in between May and June, and you will know exactly what I mean, because this is something that you need to do. This is the bridge that you need to cross in order to get to the other side. But it's always that little but, isn't it? And the but is to do that you're gonna feel like you haven't got the courage. Let me tell you that it's so important for you to understand that you have got the necessary courage, but it's going to look like you are not. And this is just basically the part of the challenge that you're going to be facing. So on one hand, you need to understand this, because as soon as you make the first move, you're going to be absolutely fine. And then on another hand, you know, it is just about the courage that you will have. It's just going to really surprise you, but in the best possible way, because something absolutely incredible it's actually going to take place at the same time. You are going to get your personal reward in so many different ways for your own courage. So you are going to get a reward for your own courage, but at the same time, personally, this is going to mean to you so much, because you will be able to focus on other things in life that are normally spiritually going to come after that moment in time. So it's about you understanding that you need to have this necessary courage, and you know, there is just so much that is actually going to come out of it. And of course that this is going to make a huge turnaround when it comes to your life, my gorgeous Taurini. So this is something that I need you to understand. And this courage, it's about things that you're devoted to. It's about things that are important to you. It's about the things that you need to kind of work on, you know, by offering like a certain services around a certain goal when it comes to your life. So it's about things that you are doing, but it's also about expanding your plans, expanding your options. You need to see like what the next steps are going to be. You know, there is so much that it's actually at the same time going to be revealed to you, my gorgeous Taurinis. This is very, very important indeed. So it's towards a very, very specific goal. This courage is towards a very specific goal, my gorgeous Taurini, you see. And this is what I need you to understand. So it's to do with May and June 2021. And most certainly, you know, if you feel like, oh no, I can't do it, blah blah blah, no baby, no. Yes, of course you can. Just remember my words. It's all about you having this courage, and also it's about you focusing on things that you want to change and expand, but at the same time it's about a specific goal. Most certainly, just go for it. These 2 months are going to be playing an amazing role when it comes to you, my gorgeous Taurinis, and this is going to lead towards having a remarkable, monumental outcome when it comes to your personal achievement. This is going to mean so much. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Gemini. My gorgeous Gemini, my beautiful Gemini. You know, there is most certainly the light at the end of the tunnel. Long, dark tunnel. The longer the tunnel is, the brighter the lighter is at the end of that particular tunnel. And this is exactly how you're going to feel over the next couple of months when it comes to May and June 2021. This is very important, because you know what, you're gonna surprise yourself and your confidence is gonna be like, oh my god. In fact, when it comes to the whole year, I think that the May and June, they're gonna be remarkable when it comes to the actual confidence that you are going to have. Please ignore any negativity, ignore any downers, you know, ignore any negative situations, ignore any negative feelings, ignore any negative emotions, because this can affect you in so many different ways, because you are very spiritual, so you do kind of get affected by lots of things, you know, around you. So this is what something that you need to remember, to kind of try to avoid as much as you can, and just keep following your own path, my gorgeous Gemini, because you know, this confidence, I'm talking about this huge amount of confidence that you're actually going to feel and have in May and June 2021. You're gonna surprise yourself. There is a lot going to unfold, a lot is gonna slowly start changing, but also at the same time, this is to do as much as you possibly can. When it comes to the actual motivation, when it comes to like people maybe being successful around you, and then they inspire you, this is also great, because very much so, like very often, but like I mean very often, like people who are in our lives, they are meant to be in our lives, you know, for so many different reasons. So if they do inspire us when it comes to success and things like that, most certainly, my lord, it's something that we benefit from, like on so many different levels. And it's important, of course, because this helps you as well, of course, to kind of like make the most of your own spiritual journey. I want to say that your energy is going to be highlighted, my gorgeous Gemini, throughout these 2 months. You just need to do as much as you can. Focus on things that are not working, focus on things that are not like working for you, focus on things that are causing you problems, and you are going to be surprised how much you're actually going to achieve. But even if you're feeling really drained, even if you're feeling really tired, even if you're feeling really low, even if you're feeling really down, even if you're feeling really negative and blue and all these things, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's about the power that you are going to have, and you are going to gain, and you are going to project in the form of your own confidence. There is something going to happen, like, oh my God, something very specific when it comes to your own confidence. You will be dealing with the situation, you know, and it's just going to surprise you what the actual outcome is going to be. And this is going to happen in between May and June 2021. And there is going to be very important opportunity for you later on, and that opportunity is going to be the beginning of a huge, massive, enormous changes. My advice for you, my gorgeous Geminis, is just basically try to do as much as you can, try to deal with things as much as you can, try to work on things as much as you can, and this is how you're going to speed things up at the same time, and you are going to have a really wonderful ability. But at the same time, somebody very important is actually going to inspire you. Just don't forget about that. It's about this inspiration, and that inspiration is going to become huge motivation. And as soon as that happens, you will be able to feel so many doors around you that you weren't able to feel before. So it's very interesting going to be who this actually person is, and that person is obviously going to reveal themselves. It's going to be quite obvious in between May and June, my gorgeous Geminis, indeed. And this is really great, because it is going to answer very important question to you, very important answer to you, but it's most certainly to do in terms of your own success, and to do with the terms of your financial security, and what the best step, the next steps actually would and should be. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Cancerini. My gorgeous Cancer, I love you also so much, and you know what? You are, my God, there is something really crazy and really great that is actually going to happen to you. You are going to manifest something like ooh la la, something rather vavavumish indeed, something, you know, that was on your mind for a really long time, and you may not even be aware of this, you know, because very much so, very often we plant a certain seeds, you know, at the back of our mind, and we keep going, but we don't understand that these seeds are literally growing, you know, at their own part of the universe, you know, and when the time is right, you know, this is just becomes absolutely obvious. It looks like that one very important manifestation, it's actually going to happen, something that you wanted, something that you were kind of like hoping to happen, something that you wanted to manifest, something that you were really longing for, you know. So this is going to also be a really nice turning point for you when it comes to you, my gorgeous Cancerini, because it's at the same time going to happen happen when you kind of least expected. So you're going to be surrounded by maybe like at some point in May or June, you're going to be surrounded by quiet people, certain people, or you're going to be with certain person, or you're going to find yourself somewhere where you did not plan whatsoever to be. And this is where the magical things are going to start unfolding right in front of you. This is very important stage for you, my gorgeous Cancerini, because on one hand, you know, it's to do with the waiting as well. You know, the big answer is going to come, but also on another hand, you know, this is going to be huge, massive step forward when it comes to the actual turning point. On another hand, this works both ways, my gorgeous Cancerini. The power of the manifestation, it's going to be like absolutely remarkable when it comes to May and June. So it's not only that a certain manifestation, something that you wanted to happen, is literally going to take place here, my babies, okay? It's not only about that, but at the same time, when I said that it works both ways, at the same time, you need to understand that the same power of that manifestation, that wonderful energy, that miraculous energy, it's also making your vibration, your personal vibration, very strong, which means that you will be achieving a lot, but the bottom line is that you're also going to have a very strong power to actually manifest. And you will see, this is very important. I know it sounds like, oh my God, the power to manifest. No, baby, no, this is very important, and this is a really serious stuff, because what you need to make sure throughout May and June is just to focus on good things and positive things, and on those things that you want to like kind of like change your life around, you know, those things that are like kind of motivating you, those things that are making you really happy. You know, my gorgeous Cancerini, this is very important time for you indeed. The power of manifestation is going to be ridiculously strong. So you can also like kind of like chant a little bit, you can pray if you like praying, you can maybe perhaps like say a certain like affirmations, you know, throughout the day, or you can just light like a little candle and focus on a certain thing, certain point in your life, something that you would like to happen. So you see, it goes both ways, my gorgeous Cancerinis. So it's very important to understand that the certain manifestation that you have been trying to manifest, something that you wanted to happen, it's going to take place within these 2 months. And this is important because it's going to answer a huge, massive, enormous question to you at the same time. Okay, and also just pay attention to the idea, an important idea. May and June, my gorgeous Cancerini, May and June 2021, it's going to give you an important idea, and it may not even seem as important as you as it is going to be, but an important idea, it's also part of this manifestation that I'm talking about. Okay, so the next sign that I'm gonna talk about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Leonis. My gorgeous Leonis, this is most certainly time of changes, because it's all about very, 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 very important information that you are going to get within these 2 months. But this information, it's very complicated, it's very deep, and it's very complex, and you have been also waiting for this for a long time. On one hand, this is going to open your eyes, but on another hand, this is going to become like a huge, massive, enormous green light, like go, 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 baby, go. Most certainly 2 massive things are going to come out of it. You know, it's going to bring a really nice turnaround as well when it comes to you, my gorgeous Leonis. And this is very important because it's pretty much so to do with the plan that is just going to kind of be in your face, you know, but in the best possible way. You will realize that you are able to go for it, and you will know exactly what I mean, because somebody is also going to surprise you, certain person in your life. I've seen this before. This is so important, my gorgeous Leonis. The certain person in your life, it's actually going to surprise you like there is no tomorrow, like with the information that they're going to tell you. But this person is like very close to you. This person is somebody in your life, and then this is going to mean to you so much because it's connected to those things that you wanted to change, but that somehow you were waiting for this person, like that kind of agree agree with you or to say something, to say their opinion. The bottom line is their opinion matters to you, you see. So this is going to be really great as well when it comes to you. So this is just also going to be a remarkable time when it comes to heavy energy, very heavy energy, my gorgeous Leonis, that is slowly going to come to an end within these 2 months. The slowly this very heavy energy is going to come to an end, and you're going to be able to feel this because it's going to reflect on you having much more energy. So it's the time to do as much as you can, whatever you are doing, whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're focusing on, whatever you're trying to achieve. Most certainly these 2 months are going to play an important role, and even most importantly, an inspiration. You are gonna get such a huge, like, oh my Lord, inspiration over these 2 months, and this is just going to shed a light on so many things, you know, because you might have felt maybe a little bit negative so far lately. You might have felt a little bit down lately. So this is just going to shed so much light on the uncertainties that were caused in your life over the last 6 or 7 months indeed. So this is the inspiration, very important inspiration. It's going to slowly slide into your life, my gorgeous Leonis, in between May and June, and this is something that you should really pay attention to, because it's pretty much so going to bring you a personal security when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your life, when it comes to your future, and also, at the same time, the reward from something that you have been working on is going to come through, it's going to come forward, and that it's almost immediately going to require from you to have a certain response. But also at the same time, it's an important time to pay attention to the actual family matters. Family matters are going to be very highlighted when it comes to you, but it's important for you to understand that you are the one who has got the necessary power when it comes to putting this input, this wonderful, beautiful input. You have got some kind of answer when it comes to that family matters. You need to kind of be on top of things and stay on top of things at the same time, because you most certainly have the right answer. Okay, so now the next sign that the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Virgolini. This is so important because most certainly you are going to find yourself around certain boundaries, and you're just going to be wondering, and now at that moment of wondering and thinking, you're actually going to come up with a really important solution. This is going to be mind-blowing because it's about to change your life, my Lord, for better, like there is no tomorrow. And I will say this and I will repeat this, how important these 2 months are actually going to be when it comes to you coming to terms with a certain boundaries, but also like finding yourself way on the other side. It is very important for you to find yourself on the other side, because once you find yourself on the other side, this is when the whole creativity is going to explode within you, but in the best possible way. And this is going to reflect on your work, this is going to reflect on your career, this is going to reflect on your decision making, this is going to reflect on your finances, on your spirituality, on absolutely everything in the best possible way, where you're going to find out something so important. And these boundaries that I'm talking about, you're just going to find yourself at a certain point, at a certain edge. These boundaries that I'm talking about, this is going to be huge, and this is only the beginning, my gorgeous Virgolinis. And you, of course, my babies, you have got, this is the first part, and then the second part of this is going to be in September 2021, my gorgeous Virgolinis, indeed. But I'm just saying that you are going to find yourself, at a certain boundaries, when it comes to the certain situation, but then at the same time, you are going to have a really important solution. And once you have a solution, at the same time, there is just so much that is actually going to be revealed to you. You're going to find out, as I said, something absolutely superb, something so important, something so significant. So it's first of all to deal with these boundaries, and then at the same time, just crossing over on the other side, literally, where you thought that, you know what this means really much so, where you thought that your life, how you thought that your life is actually going to be, your life is going to start changing, okay? Because a lot is going to be shifted at the same time. The negative energy is going to be shifted, nothing to do with you necessarily, but it's to do with the certain things that have been happening around, you know, for the last 6 or 7 months that have accumulated the certain amount of negative energy that you have been affected by, of course, because you're very spiritual and you're very affected by all these earthly energies. So I'm just saying that basically this is just going to be a remarkable moment in time, because you're gonna have a huge, massive realization for the first time. Not for the first time, but for the first time you're gonna feel very strongly like you really want to step forward, you really want to change things, you really want to kind of a focus on the new beginnings, but also at the same time it's pretty much so to do with the lots of elements from the past, you know. It's a lot that you have been thinking about, like how unhappy you are around the certain stages and the certain parts of your life, how maybe bored you are becoming, how negative you are feeling, and this is all going to be connected to it, because it's just going to provide the way out of that situation. What these boundaries are going to do to you, the end of these boundaries, what is actually going to do to you, it's going to really enlighten you like there is no tomorrow. Like literally you're not going to be able to explain how this is going to unfold, because one morning you're going to wake up and you're going to literally feel like completely re-energized, like oh my god, like you want to make one of the biggest changes of your life. The May and June is going to lead you to reaching these boundaries, getting very close to these boundaries, going over these boundaries, and once you go over these boundaries everything is going to change. And it's not going to happen immediately, but as I said, a couple of days later you're just going to wake up in the morning and you're just going to strongly feel like oh my lord, like you want to do the certain change, you want to make a certain change, you want to step forward, you will know exactly what to do in order to make yourself really happy and excited again. And this is when the energy is going to start floating like through like there is no tomorrow, but you know, you're just instantly going to feel so much better, and instantly you will know what to do, and instantly you will not even be able to explain how you're just going to feel so strongly about, you know, adjusting your life and just basically moving forward with your life. So these are the boundaries that I'm talking about. You will see how you were kind of maybe blocking yourself and preventing yourself to move on from moving on without even realizing. Okay, so this is when things are going to become really interesting, because you didn't even realize how much this was actually affecting you. So you slowly came to an end of this journey. So now the rest is going to be up to you. So these boundaries, once you come behind them, once you go over, you know, you're just, there is going to be the whole new world of opportunities, but it's just going to happen in such a way in a couple of days after, where you just literally wake up and you just want to make a massive change, and the energy shift is just going to reflect on you even better. Your vibration is going to rise, so you're just going to feel very, very strongly about things that you weren't too sure about before, my gorgeous Virgolini. On another hand, my gorgeous Virgolinis, you know, what else is really important as well when it comes to this moment in time, when it comes to May and June, you know, it's just basically about the actual creativity. The creativity is very important. I don't know how to explain this, because the more creative you are, my gorgeous Virgolinis, this energy is going to make you mind-blowing. Just remember that it's not only May and June that I'm talking about when it comes to you, my gorgeous Virgolini. It's also to do with the September 2021. And what September has to do? Well, September is going to have a very strong connection with what is actually happening now. So it's going to be big turning point. You're going to have a May and June, but then September is just going to be the time when things are really going to start like happening and like, oh my god, and manifesting right in front of you. Very strong, powerful, enormous, massive confirmation you're going to have in September 2021. And this is why this is so important. On another hand, make sure, my gorgeous Virgolinis, that May and June you're as creative as possible. I don't know how to explain how powerful this energy is when it comes to you, and this is why you've got a double whammy here. You've got May and June, and then you've got like a September, because the energy is going to be remarkable. So just make sure you understand that the more creative you are, the more you do things that make you feel good, the more you do the things that make you feel great, you're going to make your energy better and better and more powerful and more powerful. And the more creative you are, the more you're going to understand, because you will be raising your vibration and your energy so much. In fact, the more creative you are, you're going to achieve so much throughout May and June. My gorgeous Virgolinis, please, this is so important. The more creative you are, the more you do, the more you're going to create, the more you're going to achieve, the more successful you're going to be, the more powerful you're going to be, the more happy you're going to be. So just make sure you understand this, that the power of making, creating, being creative, it's going to be absolutely remarkable. This is the time to do as much as you possibly can, because at the same time you're going to surprise yourself, but also the opportunity is going to come to you. You know, when you're like kind of like as creative as possible, when you're doing as much as you possibly can, you know, there is a certain opportunity that is going to come to you, something that you never thought about before, but it's going to be so interesting and you are going to absolutely love it. And also the certain person you're going to wonder about, you know, somebody basically in your life is just going to tell you something and it's kind of not going to make sense what they say, and then you might change your mind about that person a little bit, but then again at the same time you just need to think about what they said, not to think about that person, because they will tell you something very, very interesting indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Libra. My gorgeous Libra, my beautiful Libra. I mean, this is going to be like also like an incredible moment in time for you, because the whole new perspective, it's actually going to be revealed. It's to do with a problematic situation, it's to do with a problem, it's to do with something very heavy in your life that you really literally thought it came to an end. So now something is actually going to happen, something is going to take place, and things are going to have a really nice turnaround. So this is beautifully going to surprise you, but at the same time, most importantly, it's going to reveal something to you, and this is pretty much so going to open your eyes, and it's going to bring you a mind-blowing determination. Determination, my gorgeous Libra, it's something you need to follow. Every time in May and June when you feel like determination, like you feel like kind of like there are going to be lots of points, you know, where you're going to feel like maybe a little bit tired, maybe a little bit low. That doesn't really matter, but I'm talking about the actual determination. Every single time when you're feeling determination, determined to do something, my God, you should most certainly go for it. You should most certainly do it, because your intuition is going to be talking to you like there is no tomorrow, and it's just slowly going to lead towards your own personal desire. Just pay attention to every single time when you feel like a strong determination to do something, and in May and June, and don't ignore it, because this is the magical time when it comes to manifestation, and it's a magical time when it comes to your personal energy and personal vibration. Yes, of course you can do this always, of course, but I'm just saying that it's going to be multiplied when it comes to the actual May and when it comes to the actual June. So every time when you feel determined and happy to do something and excited to do something, you know, that is also going to really bring you a very, very powerful realization. It's going to, without you realizing, you will find yourself at the place, you will find yourself in the moment that you did not plan, that you did not expect, and that in itself is also going to, the certain turn of events is going to help you realize things that you didn't realize, and it's all by you following your own determination, following your own intuition, and this is going to lead towards an important initiative, my gorgeous Libra. It's about your it's about your strength, it's about your activity. Follow your activity, follow what makes you feel happy, ignore things that are bringing you down, ignore things that are making you feel negative. This is about your power, this is about your success, but it's also about the time that you understand that you're gonna create something absolutely vavavumish, my gorgeous Libra. You're gonna start something really important. Let me tell you, symbolically, when it comes to spirituality, it's like a baby. I see a little baby, but the baby that I see when it comes to spirituality means so much. Baby in spiritual terms means something very powerful, something very beautiful, something full of love, something full of emotions, something gorgeous, something remarkable. It's like a God's gift. It's like a blessing, but at the same time it lasts a long time, because the babies, they're like a blessing and a gift in itself. But in spiritual terms, it's something that will last for a long time. It's something that you will create. You see what I mean? It's something that you will create this month, and it's like in spiritual terms like a baby, because it's going to last for a long time, and it's going to grow, and it's going to keep on changing, and it's going to be very rewarding, and it's going to change your life. I'm not talking about a real baby, but I'm talking about the actual fact that you are going to start something really important, you know, as something very significant. And this is why you need to understand how important it is to follow your desire. Don't waste your life, my babies. I'm not saying that you're wasting your life, but I'm just saying that how short this life is, you know. Now we are 10, we are 20, we are 30, we are 40, we are 50, we are 60, we are 70, we are 80, we are 90, you know, it goes like that, like really quickly. So that's why I'm saying that this is now the most important time to pay attention to your desires. Pay attention to your initiative, because this is going to be something that is going to create an amazing, enormous, massive turning point. You're going to start something, and this is literally going to change your life, you know. And you're just going to find yourself on such a strong path by the end of June. Like, you're just going to be like kind of sorted. You will just like, yep, on a strong path, and you will know exactly what you want to do, what you need to do. And this can cover so many different aspects of your life, my gorgeous Libra. When it comes to, like, maybe if you're looking for work, you just keep on applying for work. If you're looking for some kind of expansion, whatever it is, you just follow your desires. If you're retired, it doesn't matter. It's about the next stage in your life, about the next steps, which steps you need to make. It's all about you following your desire. And the bottom line is, my gorgeous Libra, that this is about the actual blessings. I will tell you, it's about blessings. You are going to get blessings in your life, my gorgeous Libra. So it's in May and June are going to be pretty much so remarkable when it comes to the blessing. Slowly blessings, not one, but blessings, you know, slowly gliding, sliding into your life and saying, hello, my darling, it's your turn. Absolutely fantastic. You're going to like this indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Scorpioni. Scorpioni, this is you know, this is also going to be really important time for you as well. You know, just as like a little bit of like a misunderstanding with somebody, it's also going to like open your eyes like there is no tomorrow. On one hand, you know, somebody's immaturity, it's actually going to work so brilliantly for you because it's going to prove your point. On another hand, you will know exactly what to do, but then again, you will know what the next steps are going to be as well. So this is brilliant because you're gonna, through that person, you know, you're gonna be able to understand maybe the hidden little danger that you wouldn't normally be able to understand. So this is going to beautifully work in your favor, my gorgeous Scorpioni, indeed. But let me tell you what is really remarkable when it comes to you. It's just a very strong connection with the actual nature, very strong connection with your spirituality, and very, very strong connection with animals. You know, there are lots of things that are going to be happening in your life. You know, there are lots of communications that you're going to feel. There are lots of communications that you're going to become aware of. And it's going to be like, oh my God, the life in May and June, it's going to be very much so dreamy when it comes to you, my gorgeous Scorpioni. And I say dreamy because, you know, there are going to be like signs that you're going to have all over. And when I say strong connection with the actual nature, you know, I'm talking about like visually, or even if you find yourself in the nature. So if you're looking towards the tree, you know, don't forget, don't kind of like Don't be surprised if you see something really unusual in the shape of the tree, or you can see like an unusual animal doing something unusual, or maybe you will just be like you will be in the nature, and then there are going to be all sorts of signs that you're going to have. You look up and you're like, oh my God, there's a sign in the sky. It's like, it's going to be absolutely crazy. There are going to be signs absolutely everywhere. So this is what I mean when I say that you're going to have a very, very strong connection when it comes to the actual nature, and this is going to reflect on you in such a beautiful ways, because you know the nature and the animals and the spirituality is just going to be communicating you like there is no tomorrow. I really like it because this is going to be very special to you, and there is also going to be one important moment, my gorgeous Scorpioni, one particular sign that you are going to have, and this is going to be really weird, and it's going to be really strange, and it's going to be really even difficult to explain, but you will know that this is your sign. And when you see that sign, you know this is going to be very special to you, very kind of you will feel it from a completely different angle. Something is going to be so different on that day, and you will know which day, Scorpioni, you will know which day this sign is actually going to happen, because when you wake up in the morning, from the moment you wake up your eyes, from the moment when you wake up, when you open your eyes, you will know like it's gonna be like a really strange feeling, really strong, strange energy, really strange vibe, and this is going to be a sign that already, you know, like, oh my God, you know, something is going to happen, something strange is going to happen. So this is going to be the time when you're going to have that sign, and this is going to mean to you so much, my gorgeous Scorpioni, because you know it's going to be bizarre, but also at the same time it's going to answer a huge, massive, enormous question. You are actually going to be having a really important moment when it comes to your own well-being. This is the time to try to detox yourself so much as you possibly can. Try to drink water throughout this couple of weeks, a couple of months. Try to drink lots of like organic herbal teas. It's what I was talking about. This is also fantastic to flush out the toxins out of the system, and very important because your well-being is going to be quite significant, and you are going to have this extra power in order to heal yourself, extra power in order to make yourself better. So you know it's about your own well-being, but at the same time, you know, please understand that if you have this is to do with you having an additional power to do things with the magic through yourself, through your own energy when it comes to your own well-being. So it's not only about your health, it's not only about things that you do, but it's also a lot to do with your own projection of your own energy. So it's an amazing time to just kind of like pay attention to like things like, for example, when you're like maybe meditating, pay attention to what insights you're going to have. When you're like kind of grounding yourself, pay attention, like when you're grounding yourself, like it's fantastic that it's a perfect time to actually ground yourself, you know. If you go in somewhere in the nature and you just touch the ground with your hands, you know, and just like exchange the energy with the nature, this is going to rejuvenate you like there is no tomorrow, and it's important. By the same time, you know, that power of the well-being that you are going to have, it's also going to give you an additional power to work on things that are making you feel bad. Pay attention, because also something that you shouldn't be doing, it's going to be highlighted, and you will know this because your well-being is very important indeed. But the power of your well-being with the perfect amount of energy and spirituality that I'm talking about, it's going to reflect in an absolutely remarkable reaction, that especially when it comes to you feeling it like there is no tomorrow. So you will know what to do, like when it comes to like maybe cutting something out of your life. Maybe there's certain addictions. Maybe you could drink a lot, you know, maybe you smoke a lot, you know, maybe you take too much sugar, you know, I was on about sugar, that's an addiction as well. Just pay attention to your own well-being, because you will have that power to actually make yourself better, and also to work, maybe if you have a certain addictions, you know, this is going to be really remarkable, absolutely mind-blowing time to actually have the necessary power in order to deal with this, you know. Also, on another hand, somebody who is very close to you, my gorgeous, gorgeous Scorpione, in May and June, somebody very important to you, it's going to really surprise you, really, really surprise you, like almost like there is going to be a certain problem that is going to arise through somebody, with somebody who's very important to you, like a family member, a best friend, or a great friend, you know. But there is a certain problem that it's also going to arise, but you know, it is just, you really do have the answer to this, you know, deep within. It's very important for you to understand this, you know, because it's going to happen at the time when you are going to be maybe going through something quite stressful, so you will not be able to see for things for what they are. But just remember, things are going to be fine. It just needs a little bit of your input, and then also the understanding that things are going to be okay, but one step at a time, and you need to have a patience. The certain journey, this is so important, my gorgeous Scorpione, the certain journey that you thought it's coming to an end, you need to remember that actually it's not coming to an end. You see, somebody is going to have a remarkable influence and impact on you, but it's going to be quite negative, so it's going to be quite conflicting. So you need to understand that maybe person had a negative and conflicting influence on you, which made you think in a negative way about a very important path in front of you that you should be doing. You should be going for it. You should go on it. You should start. You should go through. You should most certainly do it. So just remember that you will have the moment when you're going to think that there's some kind of past or journey came to an end, but it's no, baby, no. Just a little bit further, just a little bit forward, and something remarkable is waiting for you over there. You just need to remember to have patience and follow your own third psychic eye, because your intuition is going to be, again, as always it is, yet remarkable. Okay, you are going to start a crazy process, really amazing. Not crazy, you're going to start something really important here, you know, very, very important beginning of a new stage in your life as well. And it's only going to seem like something really small as well, but then, my lord, you know, by the time you get to November 2021, this is going to explode, but in the best possible way, and it's going to shower you very beautiful energy of abundance and success, and this is going to bring you such a healing in itself. So these 2 months, May and June, my gorgeous Scorpione, are going to be very, very important. And one more thing is also, when it comes to the actual dreams, most certainly pay attention to them, because there will be a couple of strange dreams that you are going to have. But every single time when you are having a strange dreams, I also need to let you know that each time, each day, you know, when you have a strange dream, you are going to find out something very, very important, you know, something very important that is going to surprise you. There are a couple of situations that are going to be highlighted, couple of situations that are going to come through, couple of situations that are going to come forward, my gorgeous Scorpione, indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Sagittarini, my gorgeous Sagittarius, my beautiful Sagittarini. Oh my lord, you know, like, you've got a bit of a half and a half. On one hand, you will know that something slowly it's coming to an end, so it's going to be big moving on from the part of your life that is no longer serve you, but it came to an end a while ago. You will keep on trying, but now it's most certainly time to move on. You will know when to move on, and you will know what this is when you become aware of a very important news and very important message when it comes to the actual your own success, achievement, and the outcome, most importantly, and the outcome of the past effort. So that balance is going to bring you happiness, excitement, and a positive energy, which is going to turn into courage, and it's going to work very beneficial for you when it comes to responding in the best possible way. And that in itself is going to show you the way. That in itself is going to show you opportunity. That in itself is going to show you the whole new path. My gorgeous Sagittarini, you know, it's just basically also like pretty much so karmically, this is going to sound weird, but you still need to cut someone off, in particular when it comes to you feeling angry and negative about someone. This is so important, my gorgeous Sagittarini. There is somebody, and this is your great chance. This is an amazing chance, because you know, sometimes in life, you know, there are people that are not really great, but then again, people that are very negative, people that are not really good, you know, but then again, you know, they are meant to be part of our spiritual journeys, and also at the same time, through them, we learn so much. We learn quite a lot, and sometimes certain people, you know, can actually hurt us, and certain people can do all sorts of things to us, you know. So it's understandable, of course, that we may feel like very negative about the specific people and things like that. So it's very important to understand that this is, you know, yeah, it's to do with somebody who basically hurt you at some moment in the past. Somebody did something to you, and you're just still kind of holding on for the certain negativity and the certain grudge. Now, this is not about that person, and I know it's easy for me to say forgive and forget, of course, yeah. But no, baby, no. It's not about just like forgive and forget, but it's about you, you know, moving forward with your life, moving forward with your spiritual journey. This is very important for you to understand, because if you don't, then you're just going to slow the process, and you don't want to slow the process, you know. And it's going to be slowed because this karmic situation came to an end with that person. So you just need to pay attention to it. Who this is. Who are you holding the certain grudges? Maybe you're not even like recognizing what this is right now. But May and June are going to bring you the situation where you are going to feel like a little bit negative or a little bit low about that particular person, and maybe you will feel a bit angry. Maybe they will make themselves known, whoever this is, or however this happens, whether this person is going to just sorry, manifest themselves like basically, maybe they're just gonna like kind of show up in front of you, or they're gonna like contact you somehow, or they're just gonna be part of your mind. It doesn't really matter. But as soon as you kind of feel angry about that specific person, you know, you just need to remember that it's time to kind of release and let them go, because forgive them. It's not about you, it's not about them, it's about you releasing yourself. And if you don't, and you're still angry, and you don't realize who am I talking about, then you can just basically just wait for another opportunity, another time when the energy is going to be so specific and give you the necessary power to deal with this, because you will speed up the process when it comes to your life. So it's time to forgive and forget if you possibly can, because that way you're going to release your spirit, your own spirit, my baby, that is going to give you wings to fly, you know. And also on another hand, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's just like pretty much so about the actual life purpose. You are going to find an important life purpose. In fact, May and June are going to be remarkable when it comes to you having a very strong sense of a life purpose. Maybe you know exactly what your life purpose is. Maybe you don't know what your life purpose is. Maybe you're a little bit confused. Maybe you're on a crossroads. Maybe you are uncertain. Maybe certain things changed and that affected you and affected your way of thinking and affected your way of planning. It doesn't matter, my babies, whatever it is. But it's just important to say more than ever that you are actually going to have an important moment when you will know exactly something is going to be revealed to you. The biggest revelation of your lifetime, which is going to happen by the end of June, and that is going to put you on the path of your life purpose. But you will see how interesting the interesting turnout of events that are going to happen prior that moment. It will be absolutely, my lord, so complex to actually try to explain the way this is going to happen with every single individual situation, but something is going to happen. It's going to be complex, and you're going to find yourself in an unplanned situation, in an unplanned place, and that in itself is gonna really kind of put you on the path when it comes to your life purpose as well. So you are going to really feel rebirthed, reborn, my gorgeous. You're going to feel like you had a rebirth, you know. You're going to feel like you were reborn, because it's all about your life purpose, and this is very, very important. And you also have two stages now. You have May and June that are going to be very important when it comes to your life purpose. Pay attention to the signs, pay attention to how you feel, pay attention to what makes you happy, pay attention to what makes you unhappy, pay attention to what you want to do, pay attention to what you don't want to do, because you're also going to find yourself like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? Exactly. exactly why you're doing this. Just keep following your dreams by paying attention to those things that make you feel excited. You know, you're very close towards something really big, but also at the same time you will be tested a little bit. Your patience is going to be tested a little bit prior to this moment, so you also need to remember to be patient, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Indeed, you know, this is the time of improvement and important development, but at the same time it's also a very great time when it comes to promotion and going on to the next level of your life. So if you do want to look for work, if you do want to express yourself with all these things, most certainly go for it, because your energy, my gorgeous Sagittarius, is going to be very strong indeed. So now you see, this is the now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Capricornius. I love you so much, my gorgeous Capricornius. You know, it's just like my lord. You know, on one hand you are do you know what? May and June are going to open your eyes. May and June are going to help you so much when it comes to like making a really important decision of your life. But it's also going to happen completely unplanned. And this is when things are going to become rather interesting indeed. Because you are, first of all, it's all going to happen with you realizing maybe certain situation is not what it is. You know, realizing certain kind of like maybe dishonesty. But also at the same time, most importantly, you are gonna become aware of the situation, you know, that is like kind of like you're gonna become awake to the actual situation when it comes to the certain unknown dangers. And this is going to be very wise moment that you are going to have, and this is going to be something that is going to be quite important when it comes to your personal development, but also when it comes to you finding yourself on a certain path, because that in itself is going to have a remarkable impact on your life, because this is most certainly going to be kind of connected to one of the best decisions that you have made in a long time. This is not how this is going to feel straight away, but then later on you will see the way things are going to unfold. There's certain opportunity that is going to be highlighted after this moment in time that you weren't kind of aware of before. So it's very important also to pay attention to which opportunities are highlighted, my gorgeous Capricornius, that you weren't kind of aware of before. This is important. Listen, this May and June are going to bring you the actual moment of the lifetime when it comes to the actual clarity, mind-blowing clarity. And this clarity is going to be everything. You will know exactly what to do. You will know exactly which steps to take. You will know exactly which path to take. You will know what is good. You will know what is bad. You will know what is positive. You will know what is negative. Now, I'm not saying that you don't know normally what this is, but I'm just saying that this wiseness, this wise energy that you're going to have throughout May and June, it's just going to also be directly responsible for you feeling, you know, to go forward in your life, but also to have the necessary bravery and courage and confidence to deal with things in your life that you normally wouldn't actually have. Pay attention to something specific that you need to do as well when it comes to your life, when it comes to things that you are planning, when it comes to things that you're working on. For example, like let's say that you're working and you're like, oh God, I'm just so bored, you know. Like, these are the specific situations in your life that you need to pay attention to, because you have got the power, this magical power to make your life better by focusing, refocusing, but also going so much further with your own understanding. And this is the time when you just basically just follow your own path and just kind of like pay attention to things that are making you feel like you can't go over, you can't move on, because you're gonna really surprise yourself. The specific part of your life you will think that came to an end, but it's no, baby, no. My God, something that you thought, something that was very stale, something that didn't move on in a long time, and something that was really putting you off for a while, now is just going to bring you an absolutely remarkable little surprise. But at the same time, it's about the opportunities and possibilities that I'm talking about that are directly connected to your own abilities and things that you should do. Okay, very, very important indeed. So now I'm saying, my gorgeous Capricornians, it's about this important clarity and most importantly closure. This closure and clarity that you're going to have, it's literally going to change your life. You know, this is going to make you realize how powerful you are in so many different ways, but also how important it is to just listen to yourself, follow your own inner path. If something doesn't make sense to you, then that's it, man. If something doesn't make sense to you, then it doesn't make sense to you. Just move on from the person, from the group of people, or from the situation, because your third psychic eye is going to be remarkable also, my gorgeous Capricorn. So this is something that I want you to understand. So when I say that you are going to have, oh yeah, closure, this is going to be an important closure of your lifetime, because at the same time, you know, as soon as you have this clarity, as soon as you have this closure, the new door are about to open. And once you open the new door, the whole new, you know, once you open this new portal, it's just going to be remarkable, because there is so much that is going to come through straight away. Very important reminder. You will have also very important reminder in May and June 2021, and it's to do with your past. And again, it's an element from your past. Something is missing big time, something that you should be doing, but you are not doing it. This is keep on popping backwards and forwards, you know, with you, my gorgeous Capricornians. But now this is going to be absolutely super important. Something that you're not doing, but you should be doing. On one hand, is going to make you feel so much happier. On another hand, this is a very important part of your spiritual journey. But then again, at the same time, this is just going to give you so much energy and an insight with a quite problematic situation that you will be facing in May and June, where you're really gonna find yourself like, oh my God, on a certain crossroads. And then you will have this wonderful you know, answer from the past, an insight from the past. You know, once you connect, it's gonna be like, oh my God, you know. And also somebody specific, very specific in your life, again, it's gonna give you the message. Somebody's gonna surprise you, what they're gonna tell you. Like a very important person in your life in May and June will tell you something, and they will really surprise you. And it's something, you know, somebody very important to you. So it's going to surprise you in terms of like, yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. But then as the time goes by, it's more going to make sense to you. And the more time goes by, the more you're going to understand, the more you're going to connect to this. And that in itself is going to give you a remarkable, wonderful idea. This is all going to boil down to having a beautiful, important idea, my gorgeous Capricornians, by the end of June. And that idea is going to be pretty much so to do with the actual your desire, but it's also to do with a very important resolution, you know, very important resolution. At the same time, it's to do with a very strong willpower as well. Very important time for you, my gorgeous Capricornians, indeed, because the new portal is most certainly about to open for you. So just remember, it's about an important clarity, an important closure that you're actually going to have. Very significant, because immediately the new portal is about to open. Indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Aquamarini. My gorgeous Aquarius, my beautiful Aquamarini, like, oh my God. You know, you will be going through some changes in May and June like there is no tomorrow. It's pretty much so to do with your emotions, and it's pretty much so to do with your emotions, like emotional changes. It's to do with your feelings. It's to do with your view on the world, view on the things, you know, in general. But most certainly what is going to affect you quite a lot is the actual emotional changes that you will be going through May and June. This is actually going to be really great. I know I have been a bit of a dark Lala lately with you, my gorgeous Aquamarini. Indeed, I do understand this, but I can only say what I see and what I also connect to in terms of the actual energy. But this is really important important time of your life. When it comes to May and June 2021, yes, it's a bit of an emotional confusion, but the bottom line is that this is going to work out for you like there is no tomorrow. Something is going to happen, and it's going to work in your favor, because it's going to lead towards the biggest turning point in your life, towards the biggest realization. You will realize what you already knew, but you didn't give a credit to yourself, or maybe you just didn't want to be honest with yourself, or maybe you will keep on trying, and it doesn't really matter. This is what life really is all about. When it comes to our spirituality, we do things, we try things, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. We kind of try to fix things. This is all part of our spirituality and part of our spiritual progress and process, so this is all great. But the bottom line is that this is going to work so perfectly for you, because you will see that, somebody's impact on your life was not really good, and then that is just going to be quite great. The bottom line, that is going to be great when it comes to your energy, when it comes to your excitement, when it comes to your life in general, because it's just a bit of maybe like a darkish water that you're going to have to swim through, but the water is not going to seem as dark as it is, because most certainly you will be aware of the beautiful, beautiful light blue sea right in front of you, so it doesn't really matter. It's really great. You know what? You are, my gorgeous Aquamarini, going to have a very important 2 months, May and June, when it comes to your success, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your money in general, when it comes to doing the right things and choosing the right things, when it comes to business and money and finances and the next steps. So you are going to surprise yourself as well how strong you're going to feel about things. So this is an absolutely mind-blowingly brilliant time to focus on work, career. If you're retired, then you're just focusing on your financial security, financial health, you focus on the next step, beyond at the same time, because this is all what is going to boil down to you, whether you're working, whether you're not working, whether you're retired or whether you're not retired. This is all leading towards a certain point when it comes to you making an absolutely mind-blowing decision of your lifetime when it comes to the actual finances. You will feel very smart, you will feel very sharp, you will feel like on top of the world, my gorgeous Aquamarini, is like there is no tomorrow. So please, any problems to do with finances, any kind of new start, any new beginnings, and things like that, any step forwards that you're uncertain but that you need to make when it comes to finances, financial situation, success, and just moving on with your life, you are going to be very, very successful. When it comes to manifesting, this is the time for manifestation. When it comes to planning, this is the time for planning as well, because by the time you get to the end of June 2021, you are going to have a absolutely mind-blowing revelation. The revelation that you're going to have, it's going to be extremely good and extremely positive when it comes to your success, when it comes to the return of those things that you have been putting your energy towards primarily, but most importantly, when it comes to the actual an outcome from the past efforts in terms of the actual success and in terms of your own personal security. So therefore, there is going to be a very big moment that you're going to have by the end of June, because something is going to be revealed to you, some kind of information, revelation that you're going to have at the end of June. It's also going to help you to open your eyes, but also most importantly, it's going to give you like a very interesting and powerful idea. This idea is going to give you the strength when you need it the most. This idea is going to re-energize you, regenerate you. It's going to make you feel so good, and almost instantly it's going to require from you to have the necessary adjustment and readjustment in your life. This is a great time, my Lord, my gorgeous Aquamarini, to focus on yourself. This is a great time, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, to actually focus on yourself, to focus on things like around around you, because the more you do, you are going to have this magical possibility and ability to kind of speed things up. It's just remember, you will surprise yourself the way you're going to think. You will be very sharp, you will be very quick. I'm not saying that you're not very sharp and not very quick. No, baby, no. I'm just saying with specific situations that you will are kind of uncertain about. Now, one specific thing, you will just know exactly what to do. You know, when it comes to making certain decision, you will sound certain this and that, but now you will be absolutely certain. So this is all going to lead towards this amazing opportunity, my gorgeous aquamarini, that you're actually going to have. This is brilliant. And also, you know, it's the very strong sense of desire and determination that you are going to have when it comes to your own powerful, like a willpower, strong willpower. But at the same time, it's going to lead towards an important choice. And this is to do with the desire again, and something that you were longing for, something that you wanted to do in a long time. You know, very important continuation is going to take place, but also the realization of what exactly you need to do in order to make your life better. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Pisces. I love you so much, my gorgeous Pisces. You are amazing. You know, I'm going to say this to you. You're also going to have the moment of, oh my God, you're going to realize something that you are just going to kind of like maybe even like blame yourself. Like, oh, why didn't I realize this before? No, baby, no, it doesn't really matter. Everything happens on this spiritual journey when it's meant to happen, so it doesn't really matter. It's about an important realization. This realization is literally going to change your life. It's pretty much so to do with the actual, also like a clarity, big clarity moment, like, oh my God, like a mind-blowing, but also it's to do with a certain commitment that it's going to make you feel not only very successful and secure and very happy in the future later on, but it's also pretty much so to do with your own empowerment. You will see something, my Lord, something, my gorgeous Pisces, it's going to empower you, and that is literally going to change your life. Not like that moment in time, oh my God, my life has changed. No, baby, no. But these are going to be an important beginning stages that you're going to go through, because on one hand you will be able to see things for what they are that you couldn't understand before, but on another hand, it's about this important moment. You know, it's about this important situation that you're gonna have. It's about this important like situation that is going to arise, you know, and it's like basically pretty much so to do, as I said, is to do with your clarity, and also it's to do with an important commitment, but at the same time it's to do with your own empowerment. You know, you will be part of the situation and you're gonna feel so great, because you are gonna have a moment when you're gonna feel so pleased with yourself. And it's pretty much so it's gonna start with an information or with a message about things that you have been doing, and this is going to bring a really big smile on your face, because it's going to like really bring the moment of achievement, you know. And perhaps you were blaming yourself, perhaps you were bringing yourself down, and this is just going to bring you that relevant balance into your life, to give a credit to yourself, my babies, when it's due. It is very important to recognize how beautiful you are, how powerful you are, how unique you are in so many different ways. You know, you notice things that lots of other signs don't notice. You know, you have this gift, this ability of vision, at the same time to realize things, to see things, to see little details, because you will be able to see, you will see something in between the lines, you know, and that is on one hand going to surprise you, but then at the same time it's going to bring you so much happiness, because it's just going to be connected to the healing moment, which is most certainly going to bring you a realization that you want to make a certain change, like an enormous change when it comes to your home and when it comes to your immediate environment. This is very important. The more changes you do, my gorgeous Pisces, when it comes to your immediate environment throughout May and June, the more powerful your personal vibration and energy is going to be, because when we change things around, you know, that reflects on us as well and re-energizes us in many different ways. So this is something that is really important. But also on another hand, most importantly, it's about the moment of the actual empowerment empowerment that you are going to have, and the moment of empowerment, my gorgeous Piscelini, that you are going to have, you know, it's also going to kind of feel like you are like, oh my lord, you're like, you're gonna feel like you're having like a good luck, you know, but then at the same time, it's just gonna feel like your personal justice, you know, it's also at the same time, it's like your own justice, you know, so it's like basically this is almost immediately when you feel like your own justice, you know, this is gonna be the moment as well, when you feel your own justice is coming through, something that you have been waiting, something very personal, something very significant, and something very important to you. This is also the time when you need to understand that the balance is going to change in the best possible way, to pay attention to the advice that you are going to get and gain at around the same time. If you haven't got any process or progress of justice to do with yourself when it comes to the actual justice, like a court case or anything like that, it doesn't have to be necessarily that, but it's more like, oh God, yeah, things are moving on in my favor, oh yeah, it's happening, oh yes, I've been waiting, this is my justice, this is my justice. I'm talking about the justice like that, you know. Please remember, Piscelinis, this is so important, my lord. So when you have a moment realization of your own personal justice, this is going to be very, very sweet in the best possible way, my gorgeous Piscelinis, you know, sweet in so many different ways, you know, in the best possible way, sweet, I mean, of course. And it's just also at the same time when you, this is going to be big, and it's going to mean to you so much, and it's almost instantly going to help your spirit to grow. So it's going to be almost impossible to ignore that moment of justice, personal justice that I'm talking about, because at that very moment in time, you will go over something, you will grow, you will spiritually grow like there is no tomorrow. You will feel different, maybe not even immediately, but the next day you will wake up and you're going to be like, yay baby, I'm on top of the world, you know. And this is amazing. This is the time when we need to use this energy and vibration, and of course make the most of it, because it gives us the ideas, it gives us the it helps us to realize the opportunities where we wouldn't realize opportunities and things like that. So it goes, you know, a long way. So many different stages of where you can focus on, so many different opportunities that are connected to this, you know. This is what I was trying to say, but what I was going to say, like when it comes to the actual moment of justice, my gorgeous Piscelini, I was also going to say that even most importantly at that moment in time, this is going to mean to you so much, because it's going to be very personal, whether this is to do with people in your life, whether this is to do with the work, whether this is to do with a career, whether this is to do with your finances. However, it's just going to be very personal to you. Even more importantly, I just want you to know to pay attention to the actual advice, because there is the certain advice that you are going to gain through this, but you're not going to be told this directly, but somehow it's going to be connected to that justice moment. So it's not going to be that long after that when you realize the certain advice. Maybe you will watch something almost immediately, and then you're going to gain certain advice. Maybe you will think about something and you're going to gain certain advice. Maybe you will see something, you're going to gain certain advice. Maybe you're going to kind of contact someone and they tell you something and you kind of realize the certain advice. Whatever this advice is, this is going to bring you a big answer as well. Not only a huge, enormous, powerful answer, but it's also going to start the process of your own transformation, where you're going to need to understand that this is the time to most certainly fly, because you are about to become a butterfly, my gorgeous Piscelinis. From the caterpillar, gorgeous, cute little butterfly, now you're about to become a butterfly by the end of June 2021. So that in itself is going to give you the ability to see and understand so much from a different angle. But most importantly, you're going to feel drawn towards something very important. You're going to feel drawn towards something very significant. You're going to feel drawn towards something very powerful in your life. Pay attention to what you feel drawn towards. Pay attention to what you feel drawn to. Pay attention to what you feel drawn towards. This is more than ever. And I'm saying that this is going to happen by the end of June. You're going to feel very drawn towards the particular situation situation, but towards the particular option, opportunity, subject. This is literally about to change your life, my gorgeous Piscelini. Not only this is going to start an important process of healing, but it's also most certainly going to bring you a massive, enormous new beginning. You're going to start a process, progress, you're going to find yourself on a new path, and it's going to be great. And the second stage of that is going to happen in March 2022. Okay, so the next stage of this is going to happen in March 2022, and it's going to absolutely blow up by then. This is going to kind of manifest into something absolutely huge, massive, enormous, life-changing indeed, in so many different ways. So this is only the beginning. Okay, so this now May and June, this is when this is going to start, but then again March 2022, it's when you're going to see the huge, massive, enormous outcome, and what an impact this is going to have on your life. It's going to be literally life-changing. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you, of course, and also thank you so much for being with me all this time. Thank you for watching my videos. If you would like to buy this shirt that I've designed myself, the link is in the description below, and also if you would like to visit my crystal store, the link is in the description below. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. My name is Sasha Bonasin. I'm a psychic medium. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.